Well, hello, I'm Chris, and this is my little tips and tricks on doing attic insulation for the DIY guy or girl video. So the point of the video is we're in a hot attic, summer, Houston, Texas, and we're going to use this to fill in a lot of hard to reach areas to save us so much time when we're up here in this attic. So the main tip in insulating is look on the internet for extras on jobs. You'll usually find a bag or two here and there on Craigslist. That's what all the pink stuff is. Used insulation, there's some people that'll salvage used insulation and sell it to you super cheap. So you notice how we have 2x6 ceiling joist, that's the 2x6 insulation, how it goes up, and then we have the 2x4 insulation, all the pink stuff. Okay, so if all you can afford is 2x4 insulation for the ceilings, that's fine, but we are going to build that stuff up with that in a little bit. Okay, so obviously you just measure your insulation, just cut it to length, but then you have these small areas where you're going to usually fill them with scraps. Okay, so on the ceilings, I like to take the paper, put it on the bottom. Alright, so one of the biggest problems on insulation is people will have a situation like this, and we can get away with sticking it under that box like that, but one of the things that people do that completely defeat the purpose is they'll go like this, and they'll scrunch this piece all up in here like that, and then they'll take like little scraps and stuff and put them all around here, and you know, that's fine, that does work, but that's not how insulation is supposed to be installed. I know people do it like that, I've done it like that before, but this is absolutely not how you want to do it. Alright, so over here we got the same situation. So the correct way would be to cut it all the way to the wall edge and custom cut each piece to fit in there, but that is going to take a lot of time, especially in this 125-degree attic right now. So this stuff came from Home Depot. When I bought this, it was $9.99 a bag, so that's pretty freaking cheap. Got the Home Depot bucket, Home Depot lid. We got about a 3/4 1 inch hole cut in the lid. Go to the drywall section and get one of these mixers. Get you a good drill on low speed. So cut a small hole in this. This stuff is like ground up blue jeans. It's supposed to have some kind of anti-flame stuff on it. So when you buy so many bags, they give you a free rental on the machine to blow it in, or you can just rent the machine, but I usually do stuff little by little here and there, so we just mix it up in that bucket. Okay, so you see how freaking sweaty I am right now just cutting this stuff out. So if we had to cut these little pieces out, it would take a lot more time, and it would just make us not even want to be up here. So that's why I mix this stuff up like this. So when you're doing this around these lights, you got to make sure that they're IC, insulation compliant. This stuff's all new. Just check that out. If it says NIC, you can't do this. You got to make a little foam box around this. But that's why we mix it up like that. Really? It was that freaking easy. And you notice how the pink insulation doesn't go up to the top of the ceiling joist. That's why we're mixing this stuff up as well to do that final fill on it. So you saw how easy that was? Let's do this light and get those gaps up against that wall. You see that small amount right there that turned into about half a bucket. So you see why the lid's on there? It wants to create a lot of dust. So when I first started doing this, I was mixing it in a big trash can, and that worked out great, especially here we could just dump it down. But it's better if you can do it in a bucket, because you can crawl into weird little areas if you have to crawl all the way back in there, which I am later. So you get the point. If you have a bunch of 2x4 insulation, do it on the ceiling and then top it off with that stuff. Look to the, just right above the light right there, there's some gaps in the insulation. So we're just going to continue to throw this stuff in there until it fills the whole area, giving us a correct 2x6 insulation. So the good news is it only took me about 2.5 hours to do that whole room right there. We used 1 bag and 1/3 of a bag to do that whole room, but you seen how we topped off that fiberglass, so made everything a lot easier. I like to use that stuff because if you have a repair or something on the drywall, you open it up and all that stuff just falls in. But this way we have the insulation to kind of protect it. So it's about 90% done. Still gonna add a little bit more, go in those little areas and kind of tuck it in with the stick. This stuff also likes to settle a little bit, so just go back and just give it a little bit more. And I've actually done this before and it works really, really freaking good. Well, that's it. Just wanted to show you how I mix that green fiber up. Now you can do it in a big trash can. That's probably what I'll do, mix the trash can up and then just go dump it in there, get a broom and just kind of sweep it around in the corners. So I'm real happy I got off my butt, finally did this. Now we got the living room to do tomorrow. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.